Hello and welcome back, everyone. I hope we all had a nice 2 weeks off. And let's just go ahead and jump right into it. Today, we're going to be going lesson five, solving word problems involving joining and separating. All right. So let's get started. First thing I want to show us is this. So, different kinds of word problems. Word problems, they may involve an action or involve parts that make up the whole. So let's kind of break this down a little bit. So, word problems may involve an action. This might sound a little bit like this. I'm going to read the problem and then I'll show us where the action was. Maria had 3 pens and gave two to her sister. How many pens does she have? So that's our word problem, right? Um, well, where's our action though? What do we think our action is? I'm going to give you guys a few seconds to think about that before I tell us. Right? So she started with 3 pens. The action is giving one to her sister. That's where our action is. She gave two of her pens to her sister. So the result we're trying to find is how many she has left. Right? So that's our action. How many does she have left? Okay. So we have another one where it involves part that make up the whole. I'm going to read it again and then I'll kind of explain through it a little bit, whether we're finding a part or we're finding a whole. So Maria had 3 pens and 2 markers in her coloring box. How many things are in her coloring box? So we see there is no action in here. She is not giving any pens away. She's not making anything. So I don't see an action, right? But she does have a part. Right, maybe even 2 parts. I know what one of the parts is. I'm gonna see if you guys can think about what the other part is. So, Marie has 3 pens and 2 markers in her coloring box. How many things are in her coloring box? So, one part is the pens, and the other part is the markers. So, we know she has 3 pens and 2 markers, and they wanna know how many are in her coloring box. So, we have to add those 2 parts together to get our whole, right? So we got one part pens, another part markers. They're all in the coloring box. How many are in there together, right? Our whole. And when we're going over all of these, we're going to be seeing a lot of this again. Since this is new, not new to us, but since we are off for a little 2 weeks, I'm going to kind of go through the 3 reads poster with us really quick. So the 3 reads problem solving, right? One, read for the story. What is the problem we're trying to find out if it's an action or if we're missing involving a missing part, right? Two, read for the question. What do I need to find out? Three, read for numbers. What do the numbers represent? Go. Solve the problem. Make a model and show our work, right? We'll be using our number sentences. We'll make our solution statements, and then as well as our model draw. So let's get started with example number one. Margie made blank bracelets. Her friends bought blank of them. How many bracelets does Margie have now? What is the problem about? What is the problem about? Sorry, what is the problem about? Is there an action or a change happening? Is there an action or a change happening? Are there parts that make up a whole? Which one do we think it is? I think for this one, it's actually one, right? Do we see the guy with the holding up the one finger, or we should all hold up our finger? One, right? So there's an action or a change happening, right? There's a change. Okay. Well, let's see. So what do I need to find out? Is it the start of the problem, the action, or the result? Right? Is it the start of the problem, action, or the result? What are we trying to find out? Which one of these? Right? Do we need to find out start? No, right? we know it's telling us she made so many, it's going to give us this number, and then her friend bought blank of them, and then how many bracelets does she have now? So is it an action or change? No, right? The result. How many does Margie have now? Let's go ahead and take a look. Well, I should say not the result. We know it's a change, right? We know it's a change because she had so many, her friend bought some, so she might be getting rid of some since sold them to her friend. Okay. What do we need to find out? We already know. Let's write our answer statement or our solution statement. So how many bracelets does Margie have now? Margie has blank bracelets now. Because that's what we're trying to find. That's the result we want to find. How many bracelets does Margie have now? Now we got some numbers in there. Okay, what do the numbers represent? Um, Margie made 10 bracelets. Her friend bought 5 of them. How many bracelets does Margie have now? Okay, I'm trying to find our result, how many she has now. There is a change, right? There is going to be a change because her friend bought 5 of them. So there will be a change from this number. Are we joining or separating? Do we think we're joining or separating? You know what? Let's go to our model drawing, and then this is going to help us determine whether we're joining or separating. So let's read our problem from the start again and see how many counters we're going to use, and get everything started and keep working for our model drawing. So Margie made 10 bracelets. Her friend bought 5 of them. How many bracelets does Margie have now? How many bracelets did Margie start with? 10, right? 10. So we need to make 10. We need to 10 boxes together, right? Because those are going to represent her 10 bracelets. We need to have 10 boxes, right? Oops, connect that, connect that, connect that. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we got 10 now. Okay, so we have 10 bracelets. So we determined our first part, 10 bracelets. Her friend bought 5 of them. How many bracelets does Margie have now? So her friend bought 5. Is Margie losing bracelets or gaining bracelets? Losing bracelets, right? Yep. That's where we're going to use our lines to cross out. But how many is she losing? How many did her friend buy? 5. Exactly. Let's go. We've got to cross out 1 bracelet, 2 bracelets, 3 bracelets, 4 bracelets, 5 bracelets, right? How many bracelets does Margie have now? So we crossed out the one she sold. How many do we have left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Margie has 5 bracelets now, right? Can we make this into a number sentence? I think we can, right? Remember, she's losing, so we know we're subtracting since she's selling 10 bracelets to her friend or 5 bracelets to her friend. So we got to start with 10, right? Because that's what she started with. How many did she sell? Since she's selling, she's getting rid of. We're gonna subtract. She's selling 5, and then how many did she have left over? 5. 10 minus 5 is 5. Now we can go back up to our solution statement, and we know she has 5 bracelets. Okay. Move on to our next one. Owen has blank marbles. Parker has blank marbles. How many marbles do they have? What is the problem about? Is there an action or a change happening? Are there parts that make up a whole and we're missing a part or we're missing a whole? What do we think? What are we thinking? I'm going to give you guys a second to hold up a number one or a number two. One, you're choosing one if you think there's an action or a change happening, and two if you think there's a part that make up a whole. Sorry. All right. Um, Glad you guys all participated. Now let's go ahead and determine it. With this, there's definitely we're trying to find our whole, right? Because it says Owen has blank marbles, Parker has blank marbles. How many marbles do they have? It wants us to find out how many marbles they have together. So got a little ahead on that last slide. Sorry. So this is where I said we know that we have two parts. Owen has his marbles. Parker has his marbles, and we want to find out the whole. We want to find out one, how many marbles they have together. What do I need to find out? We need to find out how many marbles they had. So how can we write that in a solution statement? I'm gonna let you guys think about it. Maybe say it to your parent if they're there, or a friend if they're sitting next to you, a brother, a sibling, sister. Let me give you a second. How would you guys say that? So I would say they have blank marbles together, right? Yeah. So we got some numbers now, right? Let's go ahead and read it. Owen has 8 marbles. Parker has 4 marbles. How many marbles do they have? What do our numbers represent? Our numbers represent 8 and 4, both parts. Are we joining or are we separating? What do we think we're doing? Are we joining or are we separating? I think um, we're joining, right? Because we want to find out how many they have together. We're not separating to see how much they each have. We already know how much they each have. We want to find out how many they have together. So Owen has 8. So I'm gonna use the orange for Owen's 8 marbles. So we gotta get 8. This is where now we're model drawing, right? We're using objects or manipulatives to represent our numbers in the word problem and create a picture so we can have it visualized in front of us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? And then how many does Parker have? Parker has 4, so I'm gonna use purple for Parker's 4. And I'm just gonna keep them connected, right? I'm just gonna keep them right next to each other, nice and close to each other. Here's Parker's 4, right? How many do they have together now? So we have Owen's 8, Parker's 4. How many do we have together? Remember, we're joining. So are we gonna be adding or are we gonna be subtracting? Exactly. We're going to be adding. Give you guys a second to think about it. So, what are we adding? What numbers are we adding, right? So we're adding. We're going to make our number signs right here. What numbers are we adding? We're adding Owen's 8. We said we're adding, so we're going to put an addition sign. Parker has how many? 4. And now we need to add 8 plus 4 is 12. Very good. And another way just to double check our answers to see if we're correct, we can count all these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Is that correct? That is correct. So now we know how many marbles they have together. So we go to our solution statement and we could put they have 12 marbles together. Very nice. So let's see, we got another one. Where is our second one, or our third one, I should say. Here we go. Here we go. Let's get started. There are blank butterflies. Blank are yellow and the rest are red. How many red butterflies are there? What is the problem about? Is there an action or a change happening? Are there parts that make up a whole? Put a one up if you think there's an action or a change happening. Put a two up if you think there is part that makes up a whole. I'm gonna give you a second. Yes, right. We there's a part of a whole. That's what we're missing, right? Part that makes up a whole. Let's move on. What do we need to find out? Is it a whole now or is it a part? One if you think it's a whole, two if you think it's a part. I'm going to give us a quick hint. It says there are blank butterflies. Blank are red, blank are yellow, and the rest are red. So it looks like it's going to give us a number of the total number of butterflies and then how many are yellow. So total number would be our whole, yellow would be a part, so red would be another part, right? So we're missing a part. This is what we're trying to find out. What do we need to find out? How many red butterflies there are? So what would our answer statement or our solution statement sound like? I want you guys to be saying, turn to a partner or a parent, a friend, who's ever with you, if someone's by you. If not, just say it to yourself, how your solution statement would sound like. There are blank red butterflies. There. Right? That's what we're trying to find out. This would be a good solution statement. And they could sound different, not sound exactly like mine. Now we got some numbers. What do our numbers represent? Right? 14, like I said, this would be our whole. This is our whole number, telling us our total number of butterflies. 7 are yellow. So we know 7 of, that's a part. We know 7 of our 14 butterflies are yellow. And how many red butterflies are there? Are we joining or are we separating? What do we think we're doing? Are we joining or are we separating? Um, we're separating here. We are not joining, right? We already have a whole, so we don't need to add anything together. So if we're not adding anything together, what does that mean? We're subtracting. We're going to be getting rid of to find our other part, right? So let's see. So here we got 14 butterflies, right? 7 of them are yellow and the rest are red. So we're going to use oranges or yellow. So, or purple. So we have to count 7, right? Because that's how many we already know are yellow. So let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just like that. Just like that. 7, right? We have 7 yellow. The rest of them are red. The rest of these guys are red. So what would a number sentence look like, right? So we have 14 butterflies. And we said this already. We're not adding any. We're getting rid of some sort. Subtracting, right? How many yellow ones do we have? 7. Now we need to find 14 minus 7 is 7. And to check our answer, we can count. Do we have 7 left over? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We do. So we know 14 minus 7 is 7. We got to come back up here. Come up here. We know there are 7 red. There are 7 red butterflies. That doesn't make sense. Okay, now I'm gonna match the number sentence and solve. Andrew caught 9 grasshoppers and 3 hopped away. How many grasshoppers does he have? Is there an action? Hmm. Yeah. There is an action technically. Something happened, but is it a part making up a whole? Yeah, right. So we got a whole, which is 9. There are 9 grasshoppers. Mm. 3 hopped away. How many grasshoppers does he have now? So there's an action, right? So there's 9, which was our total. 3 hopped away. How many do we have left? Adding or subtracting? Are we losing grasshoppers or are we gaining grasshoppers? We're losing grasshoppers, right? Starting with 9. Perfect. Right? 9 grasshoppers minus 3 because 3 hopped away. How many grasshoppers do we have left? 6. Very good. Very good. We're going to do 1 or 2 more. I don't want to keep this too long. We had 3 long problems, and I want to give us time to work. So, Ayet has 8 fish and 5 cats. How many pets does she have? Ayet has 8 fish and 5 cats. How many pets does she have? I'm going to give you guys a second to kind of hold the finger. We'll do the last one kind of fast. I work through it for you. I want you guys to kind of think about this. 1, 2, or 3. What number sentence do you think it is for this problem? 1, 2, or 3? Are we trying to find a whole? Is there an action? Trying to find a part? What are we doing? Trying to find a whole, right? Because we want to find out how many pets she has in total. How many pets she has in total. So we're losing pets. We're trying to find how many she has altogether. We're adding her pets together, right? Exactly. So we know it can't be this because this looks like it's subtracting right here. So it has to be one of these. Here it's showing 8 is our answer. 8's not our answer, right? 8's part of our problem. Because if we're adding 8 and 5, it can't be 8. So we know we have to drag this number sentence up here. Now 8 plus 5 is what, class? 13, right? Here we go. And we're going to do one other quick one with you guys. Here we go. James has 4 books at home. He checked out some more from the library and now he has 7 books. How many library books did he check out? So I can tell you right away. Right away. Wants us to find this missing part. Okay? It's giving it to us. 4 plus what equals 7? Right? Look at our model up here. This might help. I'm going to read it again. James has 4 books at home. He checked out some more from the library and now has 7. How many books did he check out? Give me a 1 if you think it's 11. Give me a 2 if you think it's 4. Give me a 3 if you think it's 3. 3, right? And that's where this model here helps us, guys. You know why? Because it shows right here. Good. So I'm just trying to make it look good, but it's okay if it doesn't. 4 books he had at home. 3 he checked out. 4 and 3 is 7. Okay, enough of this. You guys had enough. I think you guys know plenty. If not, we can always go back, rewatch. Okay, I want to go and show us our lesson, how it's going to look. So we got to come into, give me 1 second. I got to get out of this. Sorry, it's taking a little slow, guys. So it's going to be in your activities already. Remember, mine looks a little different. Then what? Math. Sorry, guys. Click here. Here's yours. So we're going to click on it. We're going to first always read the instructions, or you can listen to them. Okay, so we're going to go add response, add response. You won't have to pick it. I do because I'm just showing you. Okay, let me see if I can move this up a little bit. It's okay, perfect, right there. So it says draw a model, write the number sentence, and solve the problem. So you'll be using, last time we had kind of manipulatives here and we dragged our models. This time we have to draw our models, right? We have to draw our models. Okay, and there's 3 problems. We will do one together right now. Let me show you. Josh had 12 cookies. He gives cookies to his friends. Now Josh has 8 cookies. How many cookies did he give to his friends? How many cookies did Josh start with? Step 1, 12, right? You can draw however you want. I like circles. I'm going to use circles this time. 5. Oops. I don't like that one though. 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. These are my 12 cookies. It says he gave some to his friends. Now Josh has 8 cookies, right? He gave some. How many cookies did he give to his friends? He gave some. You know what's going to help us here? Creating our number sentence, right? Because we don't know the sum he gave to his friends. So it says he had 12. He gave some to his friends, so we're subtracting. He's losing. And then he had 8 cookies at the end, right? This is what we're trying to find. Is what, right? So he had to give away 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He had to give away 4 cookies, right? So we know our answer is 4. Okay. When you're done, you will go to 2. You'll solve 2. You will solve 3, and you'll hit the check to submit, and that's it. You guys will be all set. If you guys have any questions, remember email me, contact me through your parents, through yourselves on Seesaw, and I'm glad to help. Hope you guys enjoy. Bye.